when you life has to be lived forward, but then it's reflected on backwards.
Yeah.
And I realized like I didn't like the fact that we were kind of poor, right? And my mom was a single mom, and that we lived in an apartment. And like I remember having a girlfriend and not wanting to bring her home, right?
Yeah.
Because I was embarrassed about my living situation. And like I dated this girl like for a while, and I just didn't want to bring her home. But that like mentality, I remember feeling so like low about myself, or not like, I was like, damn, I just never want to be in this situation again, right? And I'm going to do whatever the fuck I got to do to get out of that situation, right? It was basically just an embarrassment, you know what I'm saying? Like, going to school with some busted ass shoes, you know? You're a poobah.
Hand-me-downs, etc.
You know?
I feel that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think I just went overboard with it, right? Because them types of traumas, like, they burn into your soul.
Yeah.
And then they give you, like, a whole thing to, basically... Sorry, the phone. I don't know.
It's all good.
Abracadabra.
One thing about Portland and Park, you know, it can go.
Yeah, it go this way.
Go that way.
Go anyhow.
But yeah, that's, you know, I think that's what led me to, and then obviously like shit just, it's like a duck takes to water, right? So you get used to something, and then it's just like we're learning bars, right? You write your music, then you learn your bars, repetition, and then eventually you just get good at some shit.
So at what age did you decide, man, enough is enough? If I gotta hustle, whatever I gotta do, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, I didn't. I kind of hit a brick wall. You know, prison gives you
Perspective.
solitary in solitude to reflect. Like you can't. That's what people don't realize. Like the streets are chaos, right?
Yeah.
Prison is quiet and safe, right? Like everybody's like, oh, prison's actually pretty structured, right? Safe. Like out here, it's wild. It's the wild west, right?
Yeah.
So I had a lot of time to do a lot of stuff that I discovered that I like to read, right?
All right.
I discovered that I like the law, so I went to put myself through a law program, and you just kind of discover who you are, because you don't have the shit to cover up, right?
Yeah.
You don't got the cars, or you don't got money, or you don't got anything that fake facade. It's just you and your word, right? So if you borrow something from somebody, you know, you got to pay that back.
You gotta be stand up.
You know what I'm saying? You can't maneuver like you maneuver out in the streets. So it gives a man time to sit back and like really think about what's important to him, right?
Yeah.
It was I always say it's the worst time of my life, but it was the best time of my life.
Amen.
Interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you sit down, you got to figure out how you gonna do when you come out.
Right. Yeah, well, first you got to figure out how the hell you got there and why you got there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to analyze that, and then you got to, you know.
So when you came to terms, why would you say what would you say led you there? Was it just the love of money? You just got addicted to hustling? You just got, or what was like the? I guess what was the draw? Yeah, what was the draw that you didn't really give a fuck at this point? You was taking whatever penitentiary chance, and you just, you know, what would you say got you there? You know what I mean? Was it? Do you blame yourself? Do you blame other people's? Is it like, oh man, I think somebody snitched on me, or it's just?
I mean, I think that's a black and white question, right? Like, what got me here? Like, you know, it's like column A, like I have some part in it, right? Because like everything's accessible to everybody, right?
Right.
Like everybody knows somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, right? And you can either get involved in that, or you can try to, you know, like I know a lot of cats that just don't get involved with that, right? They were just squares and they just worked their job and, you know, did whatever. But I think the influence, like my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother's friends, like they were the dope boys, right? Like my brother's best friend was like one of the biggest dope dealers in this whole state, right? They went down for like a 10,000 pound conspiracy. So that wasn't good, right? So you have a kid that's impressionable at 14, right?
Right.
And you're just getting out of puberty and you're trying to, like, you know, you're starting to notice girls and everything else. And then like you have this allure of the game. And everybody's pulling up in Escalade trucks with Davins. You know, you're still a kid going to school getting a ride from somebody that's 16. Like, that's intoxicating. I'll tell you a story. I remember when my brother's buddy Floyd, right? He had a this was when Escalades first came out, right? And we were driving and we got pulled over by Randy Moss and Michael Bennett, and they came up and asked him where he got his spree wells from. And I remember I remember being in the back like, damn, like this is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like this is Randy Moss and Michael Bennett. And I'm like, and they're asking him where he got his dad from.
And you know
but he was
how
a real
they
dope
get
boy. You know what I'm saying? Like his rims they were 20 grand back then.
Right.
And
and you know how they're getting it. So you like,
if you ain't playing ball, you're balling.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
Are you in the stands?
Oh, you understand?
You
Right.
might not got good seats. You might be in the nose.
I ain't gonna lie, for a 14-year-old, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's impressionable, man.
hard to
Seeing
shit.
that.
I don't care who you are.
And if you got the plug right there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I remember when I first got put on, they threw me like 10 pounds of Reggie. And he looked at me and I had Aeropostale sweatshirt and I was like, he's like, you're gonna dump this? I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna dump this.
Shout out to Reggie. Shout out to Reggie.
shout out to Reggie.
You know, Reggie Miller.
I don't remember.
Shout out to Reggie
Hit
Miller,
100.
31.
These young cats had no idea of the struggle of Reggie.
Spoiled.
Man,
They
that Reggie
spoiled.
used to be good, man.
Yeah.
That Reggie used to be good, man.
Reggie was nerdy though. Reggie didn't have no swag.
Hey, man, that Reggie used to be good when that what it was. You know what I mean? So, Big Wiz, tell me, with Long Doe, you know, I know you guys, y'all have done a lot of shows. Y'all brought a lot of folks to town. What were some of your favorite moments throughout the years in bringing some folks to town? And what I really want to know is like, when was your? I always like to ask artists this. When was your out of body experience? When was your on stage with the crowd, and it just was so surreal that it was just like you almost wasn't there? And
I think when we started doing shows out of the country is when it made. Shout out to D-Mill and SB Style. We would go to Mexico every year. And we started doing shows from like doing 2 to 500 here in Minnesota and doing 2 to 5,000 on spring break. And then them like gravitating towards it, like wanting autographs and pictures. That was a moment where I was like, oh yeah, this shit's real. Like we get so much love away from the crib.
yeah,
So I did that shit every year. I got addicted to it. I traveled with them every year, 10 years in a row. And then like doing a show in Jamaica. Out of the country, out of the city's cool, but I don't know, something about being out of the country was my out of body experience. Where I was like, damn, they really fuck with this for real.
Because it's about the music, though.
You know, and then just seeing that many people gravitate towards what you work so hard on, and that I've questioned myself for the shit I used to question about myself is the shit I get complimented on now. It's crazy. Probably because I worked hard. I hated my voice. I really structured wordplay. I took after like Cam and Bun B, and I put my own mix, like the wordplay shit.
Yeah.
And I've mastered that. And fast forward to today, like that's the shit people compliment me about. The shit I was so self-conscious about back then. So I guess just working on your craft so long and then getting love at home, but not like reaching where you want to reach, and then leaving the crib and then getting ultimate love. I just went to LA this summer, and literally, if Marta was here, he would co-sign it. 30 people I never seen in my life came up to me like, "Yo, Big Wiz, what up?" Finally, I look at Marta. I'm like, he was like, "You have no idea who that is." I was like, "I don't." I was like, "I don't know how they know us." He's like, "Cause you're a fucking legend, bro."
That's dope.
Like literally is what he said to me. Shit.
Shout out Mike
man,
the Martyr.
Shout out Marta. But it was crazy. Like literally, I went to LA in August, and I've never got that much love in America. And I wasn't even working on new music right now. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy, man.
Nah, it's the work that you put in, you know,
Right.
and it's like when things happen organically.
And I didn't recognize one of these people. That's what threw me off.
Yeah. And that's pure energy, and that's pure music. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Especially when you go out the country. Because one thing I tell people, when people be like, man, how can a song like Pump the Jam be so popular? Because you can't trick people, right? When something feels good to somebody,
It feels good.
It feels good to them. It don't matter what you personally feel about it. If it feels good, it feels good. So when you go to a totally different country and people don't really know you like that, and the music is bumping, and the energy and everything is right, and the music is good, bro, you can't fake that shit,
Nah,
bro. You can't fake that shit, bro. That's genuine love right there, bro.
But yeah, to wrap up what you said, I think out of the country was when I finally went out of body. I was like, yo, this is really real. We can really do something with this shit.
No, that's dope. That's dope. You know what I mean?
I'm not allowed to go out of the country no more, Wiz.
Nah.
What happened?
I mean, do you want me to tell the
No,
story?
we don't.
Okay.
What
I
happened?
want to know.
No,
Tell
we
the
don't want
story.
to.
I want to know.
That's for another episode. That'll take a whole nother fucking episode.
All right, so give us another story then, Snags. I feel like you're full of stories, and yo, me and you have some stories actually. Like you know,
Well,
what I
okay,
mean?
so I'll piggyback off of what Wiz said. So the first aha moment, I remember Umbrella was kind of going on, and you were doing the DJ Don Cannon mixtape, right?
Okay.
Right.
Shout out to
And
DJ Don Cannon.
Don Cannon. Cannon.
Shout out to Mr. Peter Parker and Mr. Neil, though. You feel me?
Shout out to Mr. Peter
Yeah.
Parker. Man.
They hosted
Mr.
it.
Neil in the house
and they,
somewhere.
and they understand that same shit I
Peter
was
Parker
saying.
in the house somewhere.
Leaving town is
Shout out
crazy.
to
Like,
DJ Cam Bennett.
leaving your hometown. Shout out Cam Bennett, too.
Bennett.
Yeah. So we went to Atlanta. It was me, you, Fu. Caveman was Canon's engineer at the time,
Yeah,
right?
that sounds about right.
Yeah. And we just picked up and we left. I
Shout
remember.
out to Caveman.
Yeah.
Shout out K-Man. Shout out Food, too.
Shout out DJ Fool, man.
DJ Food Man, true.
I remember we was doing a brother session. He was calling a speakerphone, like running through sessions in Atlanta when he
Yeah.
first started out there.
Wasn't he was DJing at Steve the skateboard cat
Yeah,
Stevie